What does future hold for Barcelona striker Rashford? I don't know. I am not a magician. If I was, I would stay. We will see. Marcus Rashford's response to a question about his Barcelona future after he had scored a wonderful Beckham-esque free kick to set the Catalan Giants on their way to a title-winning El Clasico victory over Real Madrid was vague but accurate. As it presently stands, Rashford does not know whether he will return to Barcelona next season. He wants it to happen. It makes sense for all parties. But as one source said, it will involve a lot of hard negotiating. This is why. The current situation. Rashford is a Manchester United player. He has a contract that runs to 30 June 2028. When Casemiro's contract expires on 30 June this year, he will be the club's highest earner, with his salary benefiting from the restoration of the 25% that had been taken off because of last season's failure to qualify for the Champions League. His loan deal with Barcelona includes an option to make the transfer permanent for €30 million, £25.94 million, if it is triggered by 15 June. That is the easy bit. From there, it starts to get complicated. On the face of it, making the deal permanent makes sense for all parties. Rashford has done pretty well, 14 goals and 14 assists in 47 appearances. It was enough to earn him an England recall from Thomas Tuchel, and in all probability, a spot in the final 26-man World Cup squad. He enjoys playing for Barcelona and would like to stay. While Barca have other targets this summer, they would be signing a player for well under market value. Manchester United, meanwhile, would be washing their hands of someone who was in Ruben Amorim's bomb squad last summer. However, Barcelona are apparently unwilling to execute the transfer and are trying to renegotiate, potentially to sign Rashford next season on another loan deal. United have indicated they are not prepared to do that. It is an understandable position for United, who know they could get more for Rashford from other clubs. Yet United's stance has risk. Last month, head coach Michael Carrick said nothing has been decided on Rashford and indicated he would be willing to work with the 28-year-old if he returned to Old Trafford next season and he was confirmed as the new boss. However, United are determined to drive wage costs down, and minority owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe has previously spoken about trying to ensure the highest earners are on the pitch. Given the club are approaching a summer in which they will be attempting to sign at least 2 central midfield players, and almost certainly at least 2 more players in other areas of the pitch, and also need to talk to skipper Bruno Fernandes about his contractual situation, it does not help them in negotiating terms for someone on Rashford's salary to still be at the club. What do Barcelona think? It's been rare for Rashford to speak to Barcelona media, but when he entered the mixed zone area, where journalists speak to footballers, after winning his first league title, he looked relaxed, happy, and, as he put it himself, trying to enjoy the moment. You could see why. This was the first league title of his career. Equally, his intentions could hardly have been clearer. If he can stay at Barcelona, that's the place he wants to be. As he said himself, he is not ready for it to end. He described Barcelona as special, said they're going to win so much in the future, and added that he'd love to be a part of that. Some Barcelona supporters want Rashford to stay. Others haven't seen enough consistency from him. With Rafinha sidelined through injury, Rashford has stepped up as a starter when needed. But with Rafinha now fit again and back in the side, the question is whether Barcelona value Rashford's impact off the bench enough to make his loan move permanent. What happens now? The 15th June deadline may bring an answer, or it may not. If, for instance, Rashford went to the World Cup and England were knocked out in the quarterfinals, his last game would be between 9 to 12 July. With a mandatory 3-week break after that, his return for pre-season training would not be until about 3 August. Should Barcelona opt against triggering the option by the stated deadline, it would not prevent them from offering the same sum later in the window. The negotiation point is key. Rashford has a contract. United cannot just accept an offer from another club and send him on his way. If the options don't suit, he will remain their player, and, unless advised otherwise, he will return for preseason and make himself available for selection. Against Real Madrid at the Nou Camp, Marcus Rashford showed, again, what a talented player he is. It could be a while before we know where he will be playing his football next season.